Hey, it's me, Kim, with Warriors at Surviving. And so I played around with the Oracle Starseed cards today and got a little bit more in depth. I'm not going to shuffle them. I'm just going to show the cards that I picked out. I shuffled them already. Uh, if my laptop was working, I would have my laptop that I could make reference to. But my laptop, I spilled my pop on it, and it won't turn on. A light comes on, but it doesn't turn on. So I'm hoping it can be fixed, because there's a lot of stuff on there that I really don't want to lose. Okay, so, oh, this is one of my pictures. One of my paintings. Tomorrow I'm going to take this and we're going to make it another color, because I don't need white with 2 dogs and 2 cats. And I think I'm a little crooked here. Okay, so 2 cards I picked, or that came after I did all the shuffling and everything, was the Great Severing and Earth School. And these are really beautiful, beautiful cards. And the lady, apparently they make counterfeit cards, and I did not know that. And my set is a counterfeit. And I really hate that, because I'm not supporting the artist. And the next set I get of hers, I'm going to get from her. And there's a couple of books I want to get from her. Anyhow, the Great Severing and Art School. Okay, so we're going to start with the Great Severing. It says, the Great Severing, Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. Now, those are just a few words. But when I went to Rebecca Campbell, who these originally made the cards, which are much better and much thicker and bigger, when I went to her website and was looking over her things, she goes in depth with the cards. So that's what we're going to do here. Great Severing. We get to see what really is, who other people are, what the world is, who we are. Sometimes it can be an awful realization. Something that comes to mind is I was in an abusive relationship several years ago, back in the mid-90s. And the realization hit me who he really was, because he was a Jekyll and Hyde. Could not ask for a more mannered man, polite, southern, genteel gentleman. And then there was the creepy, evil man. And I remember a friend said to me, what you allow continues. And I got so mad at her. I'm not allowing this man to do this to me. This is, you're victim blaming. No. She was right. It took about 6 or 7 months for that to penetrate my brain, that I am allowing it to happen. I'm allowing it by allowing him in my life. And anyhow, I got rid of him. He went off to jail. And then later he ended up in prison for kidnapping another girlfriend. Okay, so when we realize who people really are, Watch for the red flags. And honey, let me tell you, when you see red flags, when you get that little voice that says, something's not right here, pay attention, because the red flags add up. And you see, that's what happened with the love of my life when we reconnected. I kept overlooking the red flags, and I knew better. But anyone else, they wouldn't have gotten that far. Anyone else, I've always been pretty quick to tell men where to go, how to go, and they need to go. Yeah, kick them to the curb, just as my son would say. Okay, so the Great Severing is what's called a shadow card, underlying energy of a situation. I got this from Reddit. Something that is factoring everything, something extra to consider. Encouragement. It's a clarifying card. So if this resonates with you, there's something that needs clarified. There's something that might be an awful realization of who someone is or who you are. Think about it. And back to Rebecca Campbell. These are called the Starseed Oracle. A sacred deck. They're beautiful. And she says, don't be afraid. It's here to bring to the surface anything standing in the way of letting love in. The warring planet of Mars is our constant reminder that it's important to soften, forgive, and find our way back to love. Many things make it difficult for our heart and soul to stay open to the never-ending source of love. Yeah, you're in a situation and you've been burnt a few times and little red flags start going off and it's like, I don't have the energy in me to see if this is just a one-time thing, if this is something that's going to continue. So, it's a reminder that it's important to soften, forgive, and find our way back to love. Many things make it difficult for our heart and soul to stay open to the never-ending source of love. Yeah, a lot of factors factor in. You've been burnt too many times, been done wrong, been cheated on, been hit, been lied to, been sold the sun, moon, the stars, and you didn't get nothing. We are all wounded, and our unconscious wounds inflict wounds on others. And that's true, because I remember after my divorce, many years ago, after we separated, it was in 92, 91, 92, and every guy I met after that, I was kind of like taking out on them what had happened in the marriage, and that's not fair to them. So many things make it difficult for our heart and soul to stay open to the never-ending source of love. We are all wounded, and our unconscious wounds inflict wounds on others. They do. Our parents, we didn't come with a manual. And sometimes our parents took things out on us that they shouldn't have taken out on us, but they did anyway. And we tried not to do that with our kids, and we have. A never-ending dance we can't escape if not careful. We could see the world as a scary, dangerous place where fear and anxiety roam free. Now let's try to get rid of the fear, and let's try to get rid of the anxiety. And yeah, that's kind of hard. Anxiety. I deal with it every day. My son deals with it every day. My mother dealt with it every day, although she wouldn't do anything about it. She just said, her nerves. This is getting on her nerves. And she didn't understand that she could get on medication and her nerves wouldn't bother her anymore. 2 reasons for this card to surface. First, you acknowledge the difficult emotions, situations, conflicts, wounds, and fears that are causing you pain and anxiety. So think about that if this resonates with you. Because if it doesn't resonate with you, then you don't need to think about it. Second reason for this card showing up is for you to find your way back to love. So maybe someone needs a second chance, but make sure that they deserve a second chance. Don't be jumping into it. Be thinking. Red flags, green flags, white flags. Hurting causes us to close off our heart to the world. Yeah, it does. We isolate when we hurt. To let the painful experience confirm agony of separation in earthly life. So we need to soften and find our way back to love anyway. And there's all kinds of love, There's love for your parents, there's love for your animals, there's love for your cousins, there's love for your friends. Maybe the thing they did really wasn't that bad. And you can think about it. Maybe you need to give it another chance. Fear, anxiety, paranoia paralyze us. Yeah, I'm at the paralyzed. I've been hurt too many times and disappointed too many times, and I'm at I'm old. So, for you younger people, this might help you. You want to isolate and hide from others and the world when you're hurting, when you're depressed, when you're anxious. And come out of your cave. And the cave, I know when I've had a lot of stuff going on with my health problems, stress with bills, stress with life, stress with it. I'm in the hospital every 2 to 3 months, and it's stressful. And I go in my cave and I shut everyone out. I just want to sleep. My son's the same way. We've got to come out of our cave and go there for a little while. come out of your cave and soften your heart. We are all innocent children of God, spinning our way around in this world. Find a way to see the innocence in all people, especially yourself. Quit being so hard on yourself. And quit being so hard on other people. We're all just trying to make it. We're all trying to pay bills, have the necessities, have a few luxuries. But we're all trying to keep our head above water. And we're all going through our own things. Right now, I have so many friends that are just going through so much. And they're just hanging in there. Because they have no other choice. They got to hang in there. They got to keep moving forward. How are you cutting yourself from love? Well, me, I'm not open to it, but I'm old. But if you have the opportunity for love, a good man or a good woman, give him a chance. How can we soften towards those who have hurt us? Well, we gotta forgive. And don't mean you have to forget. Just forgive. And keep moving forward. Doesn't mean they have to be in your life. Just forget. Because really forgiveness is for your own self. Because I have forgiven a lot of people for a lot of things that they didn't ask for forgiveness. But I forgave them. Not for them. For me. Okay, so then we got the Earth School card. It's like she's floating through the clouds. Earth School. Life lessons, soul growth, study, higher learning. Planet Earth is a great initiation for the soul and life lessons. And life lessons are the curriculum for which we enroll. And we do learn a lot of life lessons over the years. Some of this takes several times, repeating the same mistake. We're hard-headed. Let's see. These aren't one-time lessons, but themes we choose to circle around depending on our experiences of them as we make our way through the spiral of life. Life lessons aren't only getting it right, they are also about getting it wrong. Remember that Earth is a planet of polarity and helps with this understanding. Each year the study deepens more and more. So learn the life lessons. Try not to repeat them. If you're going through a difficult time, like I'm going through with my health problems and financial issues, and we just found out my son has carotid artery disease, and at some point he will be having stents put in. He's very, very lucky that they caught it before he had a stroke or heart attack. You're being prompted to remember that your soul came here to grow and learn everything. And I love to learn. I love to learn different cultures, different traditions, different religions, different things. My son likes to ask me questions, and he'll say, "How do you even know that?" I'm like, "I don't know. I just, I like to read. I like to learn things." And when you learn, knowledge is power. And I've learned a lot over the last several years about people and how mean and cool people can be. And I gotta let it go. It hurt, but I gotta let it go. If you can find a way to grow and soften your heart through the highs and the lows, your soul is most definitely growing. Yeah. All those things that pop up in life, oh my God, what am I going to do? And then you figure out how to do it. Or you adjust. But you get through it. So just move forward. I'm going to say that again. If you can find a way to grow and soften your heart through the highs and lows, your soul is most definitely growing. And that's the point, for your soul to grow. You see, I'm getting into this because I feel I have a connection with spirit guides. I know you're going to think I'm crazy. And my ancestors. I always call them my ancestors. My granny, my great-granny, grandpa, my aunts and uncles. I have a lot of angels watching over me. When I was in the wreck, I heard a voice say, "Look again." And when I looked again, I knew I was getting ready to get hit by an 18-wheeler. And had I not heard that voice, I wouldn't be here today. Because when I heard that voice, it gave me a moment to think, what do I need to do? And I pushed the driver's seat all the way back, and I got in the floorboard. And there was two dual 18-wheeler tires sitting in my hatch. My car was wedged under the truck, the trailer part, and I could see the axles. So I heard a little voice, said, "Look again," and I looked again, and I'm here. Pulling this card can also mean that you are being called to embark on a new area of study or growth. You could be called, maybe there's a job offer. Maybe you're thinking of another job. Maybe you're thinking of, should I go back to school? Should I get into vocational training? Should I change jobs? Think about it. If it resonates with you. Could be structured learning like college or university, or school and a training course, like, my little neighbor was over here the other day, and I asked her if she would. I said, "You know what you ought to do? You ought to go to the little college over here and get the phlebotomy certificate." I said, "You'd make pretty decent money, and well, she's 19 and pregnant, and I'm thinking, well, she's got to be able to support this kid." And she said she would think about that. So if you are having difficulties in a relationship, you're being reminded that these are opportunities for soul growth. After all, relationships are known as the number one way that we grow as souls while we're here on earth. And yeah, you do grow through your relationships. I'm kind of like, I got a vast assortment of friends that they probably wouldn't, they would be friendly to each other if they met each other, but if it wasn't for me, if they met without me, they probably wouldn't have anything in common with them. So, how are you being called to love? Well, you think about that, and I'll think about that, because I need to think about how am I being called to love. I love my animals. I try to always do the right thing by people. I try to be good to people. I try not to bug people and ask for too much. Sometimes I have to borrow something from the neighbor, and I always take something over there for them. Said that it's not, "Oh, I need a cup of sugar. Here, I brought you this. I got an extra thing from Timu, so I don't need it. You can have it. Or I got this very thing of sponges, and hey, here's 55 sponges." So, how are you being called to love? To do the right thing. And this is something my dad always said my whole life. Always do the right thing. Even if it's not the right thing for you. Because sometimes doing the right thing is for the greater good. It might not be in your best interest, but it's in the interest of someone else or something else, and it's bigger than you. So, I hope you enjoy it. Yes, I'm in my pajamas. I don't even know what time it is. It's late. And so tomorrow we're going to paint this with chalk paint, because, like I said, this is not a card I can live with. And so I'll do that tomorrow and do a couple more oracle cards. I'm not going to do, because I'm just learning this. So I'm only going to do 2 a day. Okay? And thank you for joining, hanging out with me. If you stayed this long, thank you. Subscribe. I need 1,000 subscribers. I only have 9. Thank you, each and every one. And give me a like. And it's nothing to give a like. So many times I'll watch someone's video and I just go ahead and give them a like. I took the time out to watch the video. The least I can do is give them a like. A lot of people don't understand how YouTube works. And to get monetized, you have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. And if you leave a comment, I think the secret formula is 5 or 7 words. And it changes the algorithm. And right now, YouTube is helping new content creators to get some notice. And I got to get to that 1,000. So please like, share, subscribe. I would really, really appreciate it. And my granddaughter Caitlin would really appreciate it because I got to pay for her wedding. Yeah, I offered to do that because I'm Nana. And Nana hasn't been in baby girl's life since she was a baby. And I want her to feel like a princess before she walks down that aisle. And I got a lot of things I got to get. That's going to be expensive. So, subscribe, keep watching. It'll get better. When I get the right equipment in, it'll get a lot better. Yeah, it'll get a lot better. So, I appreciate you spending time with me, listening to me, and learning as I'm learning. I'm going to learn more about the Starseed. There's something called the Palladians. There's all kinds of different things. Like you could be a Starseed worker, or you could be a light worker. And I think people are trying to find more to life than just what we see. We think there's more out there than this, than what's around us. And I believe that. I don't believe it's as cut as dry as we have been brought up to believe. And I think it would be simplistic thinking for us to think that way. So, all right. Thank you. And I will talk to you tomorrow. 30 videos in 30 days. And I think I got 3 or 4 days under my belt.